Have you ever wondered what the secret is to living a long, healthy, and vibrant life? Maybe you've heard stories about people reaching 100 years old, still full of energy, still smiling, still enjoying every single day. And you think to yourself, how do they do it? What's their secret? Well, the truth is, a big part of that secret is right on their plate. Think about it, our bodies are like a garden. The better we nourish it, the stronger and more beautiful it grows. But if we neglect it, feed it the wrong things, or let the weeds take over, it starts to wither. The good news is, it's never too late to plant the right seeds, to give your body the right fuel, and to enjoy the benefits of a long, healthy life. Today, we're diving into 6 incredible foods that are proven to help you live longer, foods that the healthiest and longest living people in the world eat every single day. And the best part? They're delicious, easy to find, and simple to add to your meals. Let's start with the first one, something you might already love, leafy greens. Now, I know what you're thinking, I've heard this before. But hear me out. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard aren't just good for you, they are life-extending powerhouses. Studies have shown that people who eat just 1 serving of greens per day have brains that function up to 11 years younger than those who don't. Imagine that, just by adding more greens to your diet, you could keep your mind sharp, your memory strong, and your energy levels high well into your later years. And if you're not a fan of the taste, don't worry. There are so many ways to enjoy them. You can toss them into a smoothie with some fruit, sauté them with a little garlic and olive oil, or mix them into your favorite soup. The key is consistency. It's not about eating a mountain of spinach all at once, it's about making it a habit, a little bit every day. Now, let's talk about another incredible food, berries. Oh, berries are nature's candy. They're sweet, juicy, and packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation and protect your cells from aging. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, whichever ones you love, they're all fantastic choices. Studies show that eating just a handful of berries a few times a week can lower your risk of heart disease, improve brain function, and even help maintain a healthy weight. And here's the best part, they're so easy to eat. Add them to your oatmeal, sprinkle them on yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or just enjoy them by the handful. They're a delicious way to keep your body feeling young and strong. Now that we've talked about greens and berries, let's move on to another food that has been a staple in the diets of the longest living people in the world. This one might surprise you, but it's something that has been eaten for centuries in places where people regularly live past 100. Let's dive into it. That food is nuts. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and even humble peanuts, they're all packed with heart-healthy fats, protein, and essential nutrients that support brain function and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Studies show that people who eat nuts regularly tend to live longer, with fewer health problems like heart disease and diabetes. What makes nuts so special? Well, they're full of omega-3 fatty acids, which help lower inflammation and keep your brain sharp. They're also rich in fiber, which supports gut health and keeps digestion running smoothly. And unlike sugary snacks that give you a quick energy spike followed by a crash, nuts provide steady, long-lasting energy to keep you feeling strong throughout the day. But the key here is moderation. Nuts are nutrient-dense, which means a little goes a long way. A small handful, about an ounce, is enough to give you the benefits without overloading on calories. Try adding a handful of almonds to your morning yogurt, sprinkling some walnuts on your salad, or enjoying a few cashews as an afternoon snack. Now, we've covered leafy greens, berries, and nuts, 3 foods that can make a world of difference in how you feel every day. But we're just getting started. Next, let's explore another powerful food that has been linked to longevity for generations. This one is packed with protein, full of essential vitamins, and has been a cornerstone of healthy diets across the world. That food is beans. Yes, humble beans. Whether it's black beans, lentils, chickpeas, or kidney beans, they're an absolute powerhouse when it comes to nutrition. People in the world's longest living communities eat beans almost every day, and for good reason. They're packed with protein, fiber, and essential minerals like iron and magnesium, all of which help support heart health, muscle strength, and digestion. One of the best things about beans is how they help keep your blood sugar steady. Instead of causing spikes and crashes, they provide a slow, steady release of energy, keeping you full and satisfied for hours. That's why they're such a fantastic addition to your diet, especially if you want to maintain a healthy weight and keep your metabolism running smoothly. And they're so easy to incorporate into meals. You can toss them into a salad, blend them into a soup, or even make a hearty bean-based stew. If you're looking for a delicious way to add more beans to your diet, try making a simple lentil soup with carrots, onions, and a touch of garlic. It's warming, comforting, and packed with all the nutrients your body needs to thrive. Now, let's talk about another incredible food that has been cherished for centuries: olive oil. This golden liquid is a staple in the Mediterranean diet, and people in countries like Greece and Italy have been using it for generations to stay healthy and vibrant. What makes olive oil so special? It's loaded with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help reduce inflammation, lower bad cholesterol, and keep your blood vessels flexible and strong. Olive oil is also packed with antioxidants that help protect your cells from damage and slow down the aging process. Studies have shown that people who consume olive oil regularly have a lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. And the best part? It's incredibly easy to add to your meals. Drizzle it over your salad, use it for cooking, or even dip a slice of whole grain bread into it for a simple, delicious snack. So far, we've covered leafy greens, berries, nuts, beans, and olive oil, each one offering powerful health benefits to help you live a longer, healthier life. But there's one more food that ties everything together, a food that has been a dietary staple in almost every long-living culture. And that's what we'll explore next. Let's keep going. Now that we've explored a few of the incredible foods that can help you live a longer, healthier life, let's move forward with another powerhouse of nutrition. Imagine waking up every morning with steady energy, sharp focus, and a body that feels strong and capable. It might sound too good to be true, but the right foods can make a world of difference. And one of the most underestimated foods for longevity is something you might already have in your kitchen: nuts. Nuts are one of nature's simplest and most powerful sources of longevity-boosting nutrients. Think about the people in the world's blue zones, places where people regularly live to 100 and beyond. Many of them eat a handful of nuts daily. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, cashews, each type brings its own set of benefits, but they all have something in common: healthy fats, protein, fiber, and a treasure trove of vitamins and minerals. One of the biggest threats to longevity is inflammation. As we age, our bodies naturally become more prone to chronic inflammation, which plays a huge role in diseases like heart disease, arthritis, and even dementia. The good news? The healthy fats in nuts, especially walnuts and almonds, help fight inflammation and keep your heart and brain functioning at their best. Let's talk about your heart for a second. The heart is like an engine that keeps everything running smoothly. But just like any engine, it needs the right fuel. Nuts provide that fuel. Studies show that people who eat nuts regularly have a significantly lower risk of heart disease. That's because nuts help lower bad cholesterol while increasing good cholesterol. Plus, they help keep your blood vessels flexible and your blood pressure in check. Now, what about your brain? One of the biggest fears many people have as they get older is memory loss. Forgetting where you put your keys is one thing, but when names and faces start slipping away, it can be scary. The good news is that nuts, especially walnuts, contain high levels of antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids that support brain health. Some studies even suggest that eating nuts regularly can help slow cognitive decline and reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. But maybe you're thinking, I don't eat nuts because they have too many calories. It's true that nuts are calorie-dense, but the key is portion control. A small handful, about an ounce, is enough to give you all the benefits without overdoing it. Plus, the healthy fats and protein in nuts help keep you full longer, so you're less likely to reach for unhealthy snacks. Now, let's make this practical. How can you easily add more nuts into your daily diet? You don't need to eat them plain if that's not your thing. You can sprinkle them on your morning oatmeal, mix them into a salad, or blend them into a smoothie. If you love peanut butter, try almond or cashew butter for a change. And here's a fun tip: soaking nuts overnight can make them even easier to digest. It also enhances their nutrient absorption, giving your body an extra boost. We've covered a lot about nuts, but there's still so much more to explore when it comes to foods that promote longevity. Let's keep going. Let's keep the momentum going. By now, you're starting to see how small changes to your diet, just adding the right foods, can make a huge difference in how you feel, how you age, and ultimately, how long you live. And the next food on our list is something that has been cherished for centuries in some of the healthiest cultures around the world. It's simple, versatile, and packed with life-extending benefits. We're talking about legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, these humble little foods have a secret power when it comes to longevity. If you've ever wondered how people in places like Okinawa, Japan, or Sardinia, Italy, manage to live well past 100 with vibrant health, one of their secrets is right here. Legumes are a staple in their diets. Now, let's break this down. First, legumes are one of the best sources of plant-based protein, which is incredibly important as we age. You might have noticed that maintaining muscle mass gets harder with time. That's because, after the age of 50, we start losing muscle at a faster rate. But the protein in legumes helps slow that process down, keeping your muscles strong and your body resilient. And here's something you might not expect: legumes can help you live longer by protecting your gut. Have you ever heard the phrase, "your gut is your second brain"? It's true. A healthy gut keeps your immune system strong, your digestion smooth, and even your mood stable. The fiber in legumes acts like food for the good bacteria in your gut, keeping everything balanced. When your gut is happy, your whole body benefits. But let's talk about one of the biggest killers worldwide: heart disease. It's no secret that heart disease is a leading cause of death. But what if I told you that something as simple as eating more beans could dramatically lower your risk? Studies show that people who eat legumes regularly have lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and better blood sugar control. That's because legumes are packed with soluble fiber, which helps clear out excess cholesterol before it has a chance to clog your arteries. And speaking of blood sugar, let's not forget about diabetes. If you've ever struggled with high blood sugar or insulin resistance, legumes should be your best friend. They have a low glycemic index, which means they don't cause blood sugar spikes like refined carbs do. Instead, they help keep your energy steady throughout the day, preventing crashes and cravings. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Beans? They make me bloated. It's a common concern, but there's a simple fix. If you're not used to eating legumes, start small and let your body adjust. Soaking beans overnight before cooking them helps reduce gas-causing compounds. Cooking them with a little bit of ginger or bay leaves can also help with digestion. So, how do you add more legumes to your diet without getting bored? The possibilities are endless. You can throw chickpeas into a salad, blend black beans into a soup, or make a delicious lentil stew. Even a simple snack of hummus with veggies can give you a powerful dose of nutrients. Longevity isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about small, consistent choices that add up over time. And with foods like legumes, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. By now, you can probably see a pattern. Foods that help you live longer aren't fancy or complicated. They're simple, natural, and have been eaten by some of the longest living people on the planet for centuries. And the next food we're going to talk about is no exception. Picture this: you're sitting on a porch, feeling the warm sun on your skin, sipping a cup of tea. You take a deep breath, feeling calm, peaceful, and full of energy. That's the feeling you can get from adding this next food to your diet: green tea. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, green tea isn't a food. And you're right, it's a drink. But when it comes to longevity, green tea is so powerful that it deserves a spot on this list. People in Japan, especially in Okinawa, one of the world's blue zones, drink green tea daily, and their rates of heart disease, cancer, and even cognitive decline are much lower than in other parts of the world. So, what makes green tea so special? It all comes down to powerful antioxidants called catechins. These little compounds help protect your cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and even support your metabolism. In simple terms, drinking green tea is like giving your body a natural shield against aging. One of the biggest benefits of green tea is its impact on brain health. Have you ever had those days when you feel foggy, forgetful, or just mentally slow? It happens to all of us, but over time, cognitive decline can become more serious. The good news? Studies show that people who drink green tea regularly have a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. That's because green tea helps improve brain function, increase focus, and even protect neurons from damage. And let's talk about heart health. Green tea has been shown to lower bad cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and even improve circulation. It's like giving your heart a gentle workout without lifting a single weight. But one of the most exciting benefits of green tea is its effect on longevity at the cellular level. Inside your body, there's something called telomeres. These are like tiny caps on the ends of your DNA that protect your cells from aging. The longer your telomeres, the longer and healthier your life is likely to be. And guess what? Some research suggests that green tea can help slow down the shortening of telomeres, which means it may actually slow down aging at the most fundamental level. If you're wondering how to add more green tea into your life, it's as simple as swapping out your usual coffee or sugary drinks for a warm, soothing cup of green tea. But here's a tip: quality matters. Not all green teas are created equal. If you want the maximum benefits, go for high-quality loose-leaf green tea or matcha, which is an even more concentrated form of green tea. And if you don't love the taste of plain green tea, don't worry. You can add a squeeze of lemon, a bit of honey, or even blend it into a smoothie. The important thing is to make it a daily habit. Small habits lead to big results, and something as simple as sipping on green tea every day can help you feel sharper, stronger, and more vibrant as you age. But we're not done yet. There's still one more longevity-boosting food that you need to know about. Let's keep going. We've covered a lot of incredible, life-extending foods so far, and now we've arrived at the final one, perhaps the most delicious of them all. Imagine you're in a small Mediterranean village, sitting at a rustic wooden table, the air filled with the scent of the sea and fresh herbs. In front of you is a plate of beautifully grilled fish drizzled with golden olive oil, a crisp salad, and a glass of red wine. It's a simple meal, but it's the kind of food that keeps people in this region living well into their 90s and beyond. That brings us to our final longevity-boosting food, fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout are some of the best foods you can eat if you want to protect your heart, brain, and joints as you age. The reason? Omega-3 fatty acids. These powerful nutrients are like natural medicine for your body. They reduce inflammation, lower the risk of heart disease, and even help keep your mind sharp as you get older. Let's talk about the heart first. Heart disease is one of the biggest threats to longevity, but people who eat fish regularly tend to have much healthier hearts. That's because omega-3s help lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and prevent the buildup of dangerous plaques in the arteries. In simple terms, fatty fish keep your heart young and strong. And when it comes to the brain, omega-3s are just as powerful. If you've ever felt like your memory isn't what it used to be, or if you struggle with focus, adding more fish to your diet could help. Studies show that omega-3s support brain function, reduce the risk of dementia, and even help with mood. In fact, people who eat fatty fish regularly have lower rates of depression and anxiety. It's no surprise that cultures with high fish consumption, like Japan and Greece, tend to have not only long lifespans, but also a high quality of life. But that's not all. The fatty fish are also excellent for keeping your joints healthy. As we age, joint pain and stiffness can start creeping in, making everyday activities harder than they should be. Omega-3s have been shown to reduce joint inflammation, ease stiffness, and even help with conditions like arthritis. If you want to keep moving freely and stay active well into your later years, adding more fish to your diet is a smart move. Now, if you're not a fan of fish, don't worry. There are still ways to get the benefits. You can try fish oil supplements, though real food is always best. And if you do eat fish, aim for 2 to 3 servings a week. Grilled salmon, sardines on whole grain toast, or a fresh fish stew are all simple and delicious ways to add more omega-3s to your meals. And if you're concerned about mercury in fish, here's a tip: smaller fish like sardines and anchovies have the lowest levels of mercury and the highest amounts of omega-3s. They're some of the healthiest fish you can eat. So, there you have it, 6 incredible foods that can help you live not just longer, but better. Berries, nuts, legumes, green tea, fatty fish, and, of course, olive oil, which ties it all together. The key to longevity isn't about restriction or complicated diets, it's about simple, delicious foods that nourish your body from the inside out. Now, the question is, what's one change you can make today? Maybe it's swapping your usual snack for a handful of nuts. Maybe it's having a cup of green tea in the afternoon instead of coffee. Or maybe it's adding just 1 serving of fish to your weekly meals. Whatever it is, start small, stay consistent, and enjoy the journey. Because life isn't just about the number of years we live, it's about the quality of those years. And when you nourish your body with the right foods, you give yourself the best chance to enjoy every moment to the fullest. Here's to living well, feeling great, and thriving at any age.